Hey everyone, Blue Goblin here, the greatest goblin that ever lived, is here for a special video for Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I am here to review Ultimate Comics Spider-Man issue number 200. Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 200. And if you watch my reviews on my YouTube channels, then you already know, and I apologize to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus for this. But this will be my final review of Ultimate Spider-Man comic books for this channel. I'm going to get behind Miles Morales' new series and start reviewing Miles Morales' adventures on my main channel, on my main channels on YouTube. But I still will do reviews for this channel from time to time. But what I want to talk about with this issue is this was a really good issue. It's not the greatest thing I've ever read, and it's not a 5-star classic by any means necessary. No. But what this issue was not just saying goodbye to Peter, but it was more of a celebration of what kind of a man he was and what kind of a hero he could have been. Now, what kind of a man he was only a kid, so, you know, this was more of a, you know, a telling of tales as to how friendly Peter was, how much he was loved, and what he could have been had he not passed away. And they're all having this big get-together at Peter's former house, and everybody's there. Everybody that you can think of that has known Peter. I'm talking about the supporting cast, not other superheroes, none of the Ultimates, no Captain America, no Tony Stark, nothing. It's mainly just the supporting cast, the close friends and family that he had, along with Miles and his best friend Ganky, or Gank. I call him Gank because that's what it looks like. That's what the word looks like when you see his name. But Gank already has another agenda. Besides going there to celebrate what kind of a hero Peter Parker was, he's also there because he's got eyes on Gwen Stacy. And so much so that he brings her a gift. Now, it's implied what the gift is, but we never actually see it, which kind of adds to the awe-ness of it. Because it's in a moment like this, you don't need to see what it is. You know what the message is. Gank does something for Gwen Stacy that he believes will be nice enough to get her attention. And, you know, Miles implied that it's Legos, and Gank does not deny it, so I'm assuming that it's something involving Legos. But like I said, we never actually see it. So when Gank presents the gift to Gwen, and he even tells her, he said, I was messing around on Facebook and I saw that both you and I happen to be fans of this. And Gwen opens it, and it has this like semi-little glow to it when she opens the box and she looks inside. And she probably gives him the greatest thank you that he ever could have asked for concerning freaking Legos. Awesome! That is awesome. My only question is, how much older is Gwen than Gank? There is a bit of an age difference between Gwen and Gank, isn't there? Isn't there? Okay, because I'm sure Gwen's probably 16, 17-ish, and Gank's probably, what, 12, 13? I don't know. I don't know. But then the big question comes up. What kind of a hero would Peter be if he were still alive? You know, and some other things are going on in this book that I don't want to ruin, like, you know, who didn't show up, who almost showed up but then pulled away and left. I'm not going to ruin that. One thing I will say is, though, is like one of the first people to show up was Mary Jane, and before she even entered the house, the way she's drawn in this book, you're going to see the stunned pain on her face that probably hits her when she sees the house, because Peter died in her arms. So you can imagine how much pain she's still going through. And then we get to the celebration itself and the big question, what kind of a person, what kind of a hero would Peter be had he survived? And everybody gave a very great and detailed explanation as to what they think Peter could have been. You know, Mary Jane's explanation would be that he would be, minor spoilers here, that he would become one of the most famous and most well-known heroes in the history of mankind. Maybe even one day become more popular than Captain America. That's the kind of hero that she believes Peter would have been. You know, Gwen Stacy has her own interpretation of what kind of a hero Peter would have been. Would he have, you know, used his photojournalistic skills more effectively? You know, and then there was Aunt May's description that he would somehow find a way to merge his love of science even more with his love of heroics. Just really good stuff. And then we get to perhaps my personal favorite, Miles Morales' explanation. And this is something that I actually wouldn't mind seeing, even though we've technically seen it already with the Spider-Man miniseries, that Peter, that grown-up Ultimate Universe Peter, and Miles Morales would have become a Spider-Man team, basically the Batman and Robin of Spider-Mans, you know. Now, we've seen Miles and Peter team up before, but remember, it was 616 Peter Parker, not Ultimate Universe Peter Parker. So technically, this is still a what-if scenario, because we never actually will see Ultimate Peter with Miles Morales and a team up. But Miles believed that he would have ended up becoming Peter's sidekick because he believes he still would have gotten these powers if Peter had survived, which technically, yeah, he could have. So we could have had a really good superhero, you know, Spider-Man and Spider-Boy-ish sidekick development there, which actually kind of sounds really cool. Then we get Kitty Pryde. Kitty doesn't say anything, but you can see, but us readers see what she's thinking. Oh, Kitty. Wow. Just, wow. Then you get to Bobby's, and it's your stereotypical, you know, dude, this is awesome kind of action scenario. You know, it's like, you know, big guns, motorcycles, firepower, boom, boom, boom. It's one of those kinds of explanations, and it's like, geez, Bobby, are you done? Then, you know, everybody reflects. They do a good deed after the celebration is over, and everybody parts ways with embraces and smiles. You know, when we remember Peter, we're not going to be heartbroken. We're going to be happy that we got to know such a good, kind-hearted person and a worthwhile person who could have been one of the greatest heroes of all time. I really believe that this issue was a strong telling of that. We're saying goodbye to Peter, but not with a broken heart, but with a smile and with respect. Like I said, this is not a 5-star book. In fact, I'll give this a 4, though. I'll give this a 4. This was really good. You know, if you like the mushy stuff, then you're really going to love this, because there's hardly any action in here. I mean, there is some funny stuff in here, but this was fun. This was very high on respect, and everybody is coming together and having a celebration rather than just sitting around moping at the fact that Peter is unfortunately gone. This was really good. A very strong goodbye to Peter Parker as we finally make way for Miles Morales. He now has his own series. I understand we probably left the Peter Parker era long before this, but to me, this issue was indeed the goodbye to the Peter Parker era as we now truly enter the Miles Morales era of Ultimate Spider-Man with Miles's Ultimate Spider-Man series, which is already out right now, and I got to get caught up on that. But this was really good. If you're a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man, and if you're just curious as to see what kind of issue this was, I'd say pick this up and give it a read. I really do. And there's my review of Ultimate Spider-Man 200, my final Ultimate Spider-Man review for Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I want to thank y'all for watching. I want to hear some feedback. I want to see some feedback. What did you think of this issue? What did you think of my review? You know, and please show some love and show some support and subscribe to this channel, Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. You won't regret it. There still is some good content on this channel. Don't forget my channels, Blue Goblin 01 and Blue Goblin X. Don't forget my bro, the Mount Vernon Kid, J. Al Ghul, Mark and Chloe from Fast Stack of Comics. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, I'll see you all later.